In this self-service video, we will provide a brief overview of the team buying and receiving functionality released in Guide Buying in 2021. Team buying enables end users to cooperate during procurement. For example, users working on a particular project can perform together the procurement work online. Procurement can ensure continuity of business processes if requesters are unavailable to manage requisitions or receipts, and central purchasing groups can work collaboratively as teams to process requisitions. Before we see this feature in the system, let me highlight a few key concepts. First, it's important, this is a new guide buying feature from 2021. That is similar than SAP Ariba buying feature, but newer and more advanced feature. Both features are independent, meaning teams are managed separately in guide buying and SAP Ariba buying and invoicing, and requisitions created in one solution are not supported in the other one. It allows collaboration on requisitions and receipts. In fact, now it's also possible in RFQs, but that will be a topic for another video. When a user buys with a team, it's possible to allow other users in the same team to edit your request before submission. Multiple teams can be created, and one is configured as the default one. In each team, you can add users with 3 different roles: owner, contributor, and viewer. All contributors in the team have the same permissions as the preparer or requester of the original requisition, and only contributors and the team owner can submit the requisition. These teams can be created also via CSV import by the administrator. And via parameter, it's possible to allow end users to create their own teams and select which one to use when buying. And finally, each user can individually decide to set up team buying as automatically on in every requisition. And obviously, he can disable it later. So let's see how this feature works in guide buying. For the first time I log in when this feature has been enabled, I will get an info pop-up explaining that now we can create team requisitions. Going to quick links by with a team, and I can manage my teams in manage your team. In this pop-up, I can directly go to view teams. I have created no teams yet, but here someone else has added me as a viewer to his team. I can see the content. Buyer 1 is a contributor, buyer 2 is the owner, buyer 3, myself, and just a viewer. So if I want to create requisitions for others, I can create my own team. As some description, I can set it as default. And then I will add other users, in this case, the other buyers. And I can define the different roles. For instance, let's say that buyer 2 will be just a viewer and buyer 1 will be contributor. This is the user that will be able to edit my requisitions while in composing status and then receive them. I create it, and now this is set as default. I could enable this flag automatic team buying. This will mean that every time I create a requisition, it will be by default be considered as a team requisition unless I disable it later. But I won't enable it now. Instead, I will go to home page and show you how to manually start a team buying requisition. You go to quick link, buy with a team. You select the desired team to collaborate with. And by default here, you have the team receiving on. I will leave it as it is so we can see the receiving piece. Start. And now I'm buying on behalf of EMEA buyers team, and we can see here the context, who is the owner, who are the contributors and the viewers. Then I can select some items from the catalog. This one, for instance, for new office that is opening soon. We can enter a descriptive title, especially for other users to identify what's the scope of the requisition. Enter the need by date. And let's say that at this stage, I don't remember what else is required. I have the team. I can save it and exit and continue with another user that will complete the requisition. I log in with this other user, with the contributor. And under your request, team requests, we have this requisition that is in composing. Then I can edit as if I were the owner, the requester. See, I see the team, I can edit it. I could add some comments, I could edit the title, the accounting, the quantity, or I can also add new items. I search for this other item in the catalog, and I can add it to the cart of my team buying requisition. If I'm ready, I can submit it as if I were the requester or preparer or the owner. So submit it, it will go for approval. In this case, it's auto-approve. And once ordered, I will be able to do the team receiving. I go to your request to receive team items. And there we see to receive one. This is the recently created PO. I can set 1, 1, and I could continue up to the quantity. This user that is a contributor or the other that is the owner. In this video, we have seen how an end user can create his own teams, adding different members if the administrator enables this feature. Once they have a team, they can create team buying requisitions manually, or they could configure it to be automatically enabled. They can enable manually the receiving or no receiving, and then contributors can edit the requisition while in composing. And then contributors and owner can receive it in parallel. If you would like to check more detailed information, you could visit SAP Ariba Help, Guide Buying Finding Items and Making Purchases Guide, or Guide Buying Administration Guide. Thank you.